Good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to Divinity Original Sin. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter one today. I'm going to be stopping at lunch in about 4 hours because I want to do some other stuff. And also I don't know. I've been feeling exceptionally tired the whole week. Might be because of the hot weather. No idea why, but I thought that it probably would be a good idea to maybe, really relax a little bit this afternoon. Especially the last 2 days at work. I definitely didn't feel that I had 100%, or I was at 100%. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter one, but nevertheless, we'll have 4 hours to hopefully really, really dive into Hyberheim, which we discovered last time. Surprisingly, actually, the game let us in here, and yeah, I really didn't expect that, to be completely honest. I talked about that last time, but yeah, the fact that the game leads you through quite the, elaborate dungeon, but then also connects that dungeon to Hyberheim, I thought was pretty crazy. And then now we're here, right? We're in Hyberheim. We're in this, what seems to be quite the extensive cave network of sorts. Obviously, we've been over here. That's where the well is that transports you between this world and Cycil, actually. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. I wonder if I should take a look around and take a look at the rest of the cave. Then again, we're supposed to meet the woman, I think, that was talking to us through the puddles back in the cave below the White Witch's hut, right? We're still looking for Ikara, for the White Witch. And even though she seems to have tried to hide, she also apparently wasn't successful with that and was taken away by Leandra to Hyberheim. But seemingly, whoever this woman / spirit is that has been talking to us, we might discover something new. We might discover where she went or where she was taken. The interesting part about this whole cave is, well, last time I was actually attacked by these creatures, right? Which are mechanical rats. Some of them even have strapped dynamite to their back. I just really didn't expect there to be mechanical rats here, so no idea what that's about. That being said, I think we're supposed to go this way, right? So these sentinel statue things are the ones that have been telling us where to go. I think this might have been the correct way, hopefully. I mean, it's good.
By a statue? Some of them must be sentient.
Wait, is this the correct way or is it the wrong way? Because that thing's throwing ice at us. A spoon. Useless. Sell it. The game tells you that so directly. I wonder if that's actually true, right? Or if that's, I don't know, somehow not what it's meant to be doing. Okay, I don't think there are statues here, right? Imp maintenance diary. Dead imp. So some imps have been killed here? I think, as much as I want to explore the rest of this cave, I do want to go where the, these statue things told us to go, which I think should be here.
Careful! I've
You mean the constantly, like, constant ice thingies? Galvanized. Character has been galvanized? Whatever does that... What does that mean? Can I attack it? No. Let me double check my equipment, by the way. That's still fine. So how exactly are we supposed to get through here? Oh wait, did we... Yeah, I know. Ah, okay, so it works the same way as the other one. So let's grab one of my characters, put them down here, and run through with the rest of them. Oh. Well, if the ice is still here, then obviously you'd get knocked down by it. I really enjoy the falling animation. It's quite funny. Okay, so there are actually a couple of traps here, it seems. Can I blow them up? Let me see. Oh. Wait, are they ice traps? I think that's literally just Lillian's attack, right? Seriously? Well, this just leads to a, to a chest, it seems. Really? You know, this will be easier. Thank you. Yeah, they are ice traps. That's interesting. Don't think I've ever seen that previously. Well, how do I get Berdotta over, though? Because I don't see another, what's it called? Switch thing on the floor. I mean, quite honestly, I can just teleport her over and heal. Come here.
Take it, don't you there. Cut it out.
Yeah. I wish there would be a way to teleport your allies without them taking damage. Because they always complain when you teleport them, right? Which doesn't really make any sense that they would do that, because clearly you're doing it for, you know, getting through traps and whatnot. A bunch of mushrooms. The amount of mushrooms that I've picked up since I've entered the cave below the hut from the White Witch is kind of crazy, honestly. Hello. More of these. Okay, so they're... Wait, let me get this right. How did this work last time? So they're resistant, they're 100% resistant to fire? And I think 100% resistant to poison, if I recall correctly. And when I cast fire on them, they ignited and exploded. But I think if you don't cast fire on them, they don't explode. At least that's what it looked like last time. And they are weak to air attacks, right? So let's summon in Mr. Spider to help out with these. So how many do we have? Those are 2, and then we have 4 over here, right? I could actually cast Rain. That might hopefully prevent them from using their dynamite, right? Because the Rain, like, even if they try to ignite it, the Rain might lead to them, or to the dynamite to turn up again. Should I move away from them? I don't know how strong their melee attacks are. They're not that strong in general, though. I mean, well, they might be. Let's see. Yeah, that does a lot of damage. I should be able to take out a couple of them quite quickly, I hope. Oh, they also leak oil when you... I forgot about that. Should I summon in Nick as well? Might not be the worst idea to... I mean, the other two to the left are occupied with the spider, hopefully. So... let me check one thing real quick. This should be fine, hopefully. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure that that works. Well, the thing is, summoning in Nick does take away a couple of points, and I could probably, well... This does take away a lot of AP as well. Am I close enough to... I could... Yeah, I can, actually. This doesn't cost too much and could potentially take one out already, right? Wait, which one's the one with the least amount of HP currently? This one. Ah, that's unfortunate. Well, it did get stunned though, so... this should take one out. Which one's the one with the highest HP? Let's grab that one. Okay, and then it's Medora's turn as well. She could... that would only hit two of them. I think Bedotta is already oiled, yeah. I mean, in theory, I could... the tree's in the way to properly do this. I think this actually hits all of them. I mean, it looks like it does. And then this will hit the other two. Nice. And the spider will just attack this thing, I guess. Does the spider actually inherit some, like, start action points from whoever summons it? Because I feel like it has more action points now than it did previously. And that might be because I leveled up Lillian's speed. They're really not that strong, though, these small rats. Oh. Wait. So they can blow up. I guess I got pretty lucky on that one, huh? Why didn't they do that previously? Wait, I think the rat's confused. Because it's stuck in the mist and doesn't know where to go, huh? Well, this was also... I guess it must be because of the rain that it took less damage from their explosions. That's quite unfortunate, though, because you also don't get experience, I think, if you let them explode. Wait, is it still the rat's turn? It's displayed as if the rat was still... That's quite strange, honestly. So in theory, these rats should still be somewhere, I guess? Just don't know where. And this one's still here. Well, do I want to fortify myself? That doesn't... Does that actually help against the explosions? I don't really know. Can I not see the other ones because they're in the mist?
Emergency sentinel duty engaged.
Oh, did it... I think it's... Yeah, now it's sparkling. So somehow they are, like, able to ignite, I think. Oh, there's a second one sitting next to it. That's where it is. I was wondering.
Emergency sentinel duty engaged.
Oh, it exploded because it had already ignited, right? Well, at least it's blinded. I don't know where the last one is, though. Let's do this just so that I don't die if another one explodes. And this should... Yeah, kill that one.
Those mechanical rats had explosives strapped to their backs.
What an utterly impish thing to do.
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
Impish thing? Wait, suggesting that imps did this? Oh, I'm on Medora. Let's heal. Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure. Well, the strange thing is that last time I fought against rats, the first ones ignited really quickly because I was the one who ignited them, right? I literally hit them with fire first. Because I think, or because I thought it would explode their explosives, right? Which I felt like was a logical conclusion, but that didn't work, unfortunately. Or maybe you have to hit them with fire like twice somehow. Don't exactly know how that's supposed to work, but the strange thing was, yeah.
That is, how can I help you, my friend?
Not at all. I wanted to pick up the loot. The thing is, though, the additional ones that spawned in, right? There was like a second wave that spawned in. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm overburdened again. And that second batch of rats that spawned in, they didn't ignite.
Eyes on the prize.
And I thought that was because they potentially weren't hit by fire, right? Because once I realized that they were completely immune to fire, I obviously stopped attacking them with fire, right? So I'm not entirely sure. I guess they do have ignite as one of their actions then, right? Which does make sense, but where the hell did I get these from? Nocturne arrowhead I can actually craft with that. Let's get the to Medora. Identify this one. Pickpocketing, okay. I think these metal scraps, yeah, they're quite weighty. Should I just send them over to Medora for now? I think I should be able to potentially craft something with them. Yeah, not send them over to her. I wish there was... Since I can send stuff to my homestead, I wonder if there's a way to get stuff back from there as well. Also, what's the point of... Well, I mean, I guess these can still be used for sorting your actual inventory. But I don't really understand the reason for having backpacks like these if you can just send stuff to your homestead as well. I mean, well, yeah, you... Seems like you can't really get stuff back from there unless you actually venture to the end of time. Oh well. I do wonder though, like how... There has to be a way to prevent the rats from igniting. I even cast rain, right? But they could still... Well, I guess it's dynamite, and dynamite typically is still ignitable even when it's raining, or even when it's wet. That's the whole point of having, what are they called? The, Wait, what are they actually called? The ignite things. The sparkly rope. Sparkly ropes. Igniter? I don't know. But yeah, they're typically water resistant, right? Or they burn even through water. Okay, this seems to lead outside though. Aren't we actually looking for...
I feel uneasy here.
Yeah, it might be a good time to save, huh? I mean, that definitely leads outside, but I'm not quite sure if that's where we're supposed to go.
One man's trash is another man's...
Trash. Two-handed staff. I really thought that the person we're trying to talk to... Where? Oh, below the barrels? I thought the person we're trying to talk to might be here, huh? I don't really want to blow up the barrels, though. Well, then again. Let's do this the easy way.
Burn it, flames!
Yeah, that definitely got rid of a lot of stuff. Considering that it's apparently really, really cold here, might not be the best idea to summon in the rain the entire time, but then again, I also don't want to wait for the fire to disappear on its own. I hope there aren't traps left. Pick up the herb. Oh, this might be...
Seems this hidden switch controls yonder gate.
It does indeed. Wait, this really does look like I'm supposed to go outside, though. Also, there's actually a waypoint here that I'm pretty sure I haven't actually been to yet. Okay, let's go back through the cave then, before I go outside. Because if that's where we're meant to go... Oh, why is Verdota damaged, by the way? What happened to her? Oh, maybe I just forgot to heal her up after the last battle. Yeah, I suppose we'll take a look through this cave then first. Well, it is quite annoying. Oh. You know what? Well, now things are gone. I wish you could actually summon in a crate or something, right? Because putting a crate down on these plates should make it so that they don't activate anymore. So let's take this thing with us. I didn't actually think about that. Probably would have been easier to just look for a crate or something to put down on one of the things. Yep, that works. Nice. Does the eyes eventually fade? It does. Okay. Which is also... Well, I guess the cave here also has water in it, right? So it's not below freezing. There are even crates here. I'm an idiot. Somehow, I just didn't think about the fact that I could just put a crate down and it would work. Ah, well. Anyways. Well, this does look like another cave entrance / exit, though, right? But I guess I want to go to the waypoint anyways. Wait, Hyberheim Cave. I'm pretty sure that I can't... I don't have that, right? Yeah, I only have Lukula Forest. 2 things. So let's go back there first, check out the rest of the cave here. Take a look at this. I'm pretty sure this is going to be an exit that I can't use yet. And... oh, this is the lake where I originally came from, right? And I think I've already been here. Because the statue told me that that's not the correct way, but I haven't been here, though, I'm pretty sure. I wonder if there's going to be more rats. I mean, there might be if I open up the chest. Well, I mean, that would be another way to check whether or not I can deal with the rats more efficiently somehow. Or not. Dusty parchment. Though it appears like normal parchment, the sheet feels utterly alien in your hand. Of what otherworldly material could it be crafted? Okay, that's... I can't read that, right? That's literally just parchment? Oh, no, never mind. You have found the 3rd of my secret sisters. Yes, 3 of 4. You're a little too good at this, aren't you? Almost defies belief, it does, that you'd find 3 of my sisters on one little adventure. Tell me, hero. Are you watching me? No matter. Solve the riddle if you can. I'm onto you now. I'm onto you, you know. I'm the widow's legs, her shining eyes. I am the seasons in her 2-year life. Which digit am I? Should I have found 2 other ones at least somewhere? Because, yeah, this kind of feels like I was supposed to find 2 other ones first. Also,
These
what
ants have been slaughtered. How could such meek creatures have deserved this fate?
I mean, maybe... Oh, that was for the waypoint, right? Maybe they accidentally killed themselves, considering that they seem to have been trying to work with... I mean, the rats are their doing, right? As far as we've uncovered. In maintenance diary. Sentinel... Isn't that... How do you read that? KZ15702 started malfunctioning yesterday. We'll send Mixix to fix it. The corridor leading to King Boreas' treasure room now has additional security measures. Any unauthorized intruder will see the gate tightly shut before him. Secret kill switch installed in corridor in case of emergency. Okay. So something definitely happened to them. Okay, my inventory is getting slightly annoying. These books do weigh something as well, right? The reason why I wanted to keep the books in my inventory is mainly because I wanted to see, for example, whether or not I've actually read all the, you know, connected volumes here. Though this one's double. Why do I have so much stuff? Enlightened Amulet. That's from the Immaculates, right? Let's send one of these to my homestead, actually. I mean, all the weapons and stuff that I'm carrying are also contributing quite a lot of carry weight, unfortunately. Four. Oh, the armor and weapons and whatnot that I found also contribute a lot. I mean, I could just... You know what? For now, let's just send a bunch of stuff over to Medora just so that I don't carry that much, and I can always move it back if need be. Campfire. A ring. And an apple. Does make me wonder though what these imps did here. Why is it showing me Moonstone? Well, at least now we can always come back here. That's a good thing. I don't think I can pick that up. It looks like it's below the ground for some reason. Huh. Isn't that a pretty valuable item as well?
Not here, Source Hunter. Turn back.
Ah, so that was one of these statues that tells us where we're supposed to be going. So I'm pretty sure that I can't, well, I might be able to teleport somebody over and activate the switch, but I don't think I want to do that yet. And to the right here is technically where I started this, right? So this would be the lake where we came from, the one that's connected. Oh, that's very late where that spawns in. Yeah, so we could use this to teleport back to the cave below the White Witch's hut. And I already went up here. Okay, so the only thing that I still have to take a look at would be this then. I mean, there's some, looks like to be lava, fire stuff going on there. Really not sure if I'm... But, am I meant to leave the cave? Is that where we're supposed to go? Let me actually double check here. Find the witch. The White Witch's friend, Omina. Yeah, that's the one we're looking for. I wonder where she would be though. Because I thought she would be in the cave here, right? That's what it seemed like. Wait, did I pick up another piece of parchment when I opened this chest? Pretty sure I would have picked up on that. No, these are still... This is definitely the only piece of dusty parchment that I found. go up here first to the imps. I do really, really wonder what happened to them. Why are they dead? Because they're sentinels. If they're the ones that are responsible for building the mechanical rats, then really the only explanation I have for this currently is that they maybe were actually killed by their own invention? Because otherwise, if somebody would have come in here to kill them, why would the rats still be active? Access to King Boreas' personal wishing well is now limited to scheduled visitors. Oh, that's what they're talking about. So the imps might have been tasked with building specific traps and whatnot to keep visitors off of the well. So that's why the well is hidden behind these doors. Because the well in Seal transported me to the well here, right? But I couldn't really do anything because we were stuck on a platform with 3 closed doors next to it. I guess these imps were tasked with building some sort of contraption that would make it so that people couldn't reach the well anymore. Only authorized parties of at least 2 will be granted safe passage. Well, it did look like there were a lot of sort of switches that you had to activate in order to get past the closed doors. The ancient relic he asked us to hide is now also located near the well, and additional security measures have been added. Again, a single individual can in no way unlock its container, which should limit risks of theft. Well, we're 4 people though, so I feel like we have a pretty good chance of cracking it. That does make me wonder though, especially when I first saw how huge this cave is. And in general, I mean, this is a complete map that is... Well, I guess the difference here would be that Seal is really your typical overworld map with a couple of actual caves and dungeons in it, right? Whereas this seems to be some sort of combination of the two, because this cave is... Well, on the map already, right? It's not like a loading zone. There isn't a loading zone that separates the cave from the rest of what appears to be proper Heiberheim, I guess. So, Santa, do not waste your magic upon me. The elements call me home. Oh, there she is! Okay, so this was the correct way.
Yes! You'll make it after all. You're here.
Ah! Okay, so I accidentally went the wrong way then. If I activate the switch there, though, will it spawn in additional sentinels? Probably, right? Well, I was thinking if I could maybe send Medora over to activate the switch, but then again, I don't really know where the sentinels would necessarily spawn in. And they can also move quite far, so if they do ignite and blow up, they could still just run up to my characters, right? There's no reason why they wouldn't do that, so... I guess I just need to focus on them better, but the problem was well, in the encounter that I just did, there were, like, what, 6 of the exploding rats? I don't think I have any way of actually killing them off before they explode. At least not all of them. Even though I was, especially with Berdotta, I was actually dealing quite a lot of damage, but... Well, then again, maybe I should Oath of... Well, depending on their position, I could Oath of Desecrate Berdotta. And she might be able to just deal with them quickly. Pretty sure this is going to summon in something, though, right? Or it just doesn't open. Well, that's another possibility. Did I overlook some sort of hint? I think the old parchment that we found, I'm pretty sure that that must be something that is connected to the entire map. At least that's what it feels like, because if it says it's piece 3 or 4, then I should have pretty easily found the other pieces, I feel like. So the fact that I only found one leads me to believe that the other 3 are just somewhere in Heiberheim, and not actually in this cave. I didn't get any hint as to how to open this gate, though, right? I mean, this is just... Is this even supposed to be King Boreas' treasure room? Secret kill switch installed in corridor in case of emergency. Let me double check my perception here. See if I can maybe find something.
I've spotted something interesting.
Okay. I have a dirt pile. Well, let's look at the dirt pile first, I suppose. Ah! Tiny golden key. How does that help, though? Oh! Hello! That was something that I did not expect. So... the lever only works with the key. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a mechanical rooster. Hello. Okay, so they have the same stuff, more or less. Mecha rooster. I should focus on the small ones, though. So what do we have? 2 roosters? That was an interesting sound. 2 roosters, 3 little ones, right? So I should probably try dealing with the little ones first. Ooh, ooh. That's definitely a funny sound. I mean, if I can get rid of the small ones quickly... Wait, so Medora is here. Though, if I stun them or do something like that, right? They also can't ignite? Probably? creates a static cloud. Wait, shit, that's the only way to actually create static, though, with arrows, right? I can only create the cloud? That could be... Problem is, I think this just barely doesn't... Although the other rooster should be affected by it, right? Let's try it. Nice, okay. That's done 2 of them, which should hopefully make it somewhat easier to deal with them. And then this thing I could just straight up try to kill. Nice. Somewhat of a difficult decision. Should I hit this one as well? Or should I hit the other one? Stun failed, but they are quite low on health. I mean, if this rooster can attack... Why is their portrait so different, by the way? You see that? The roosters look like they're part of my party because they have like this golden type background. Compared to the mechanical rats, that's quite unusual. I would have thought that their like art background thing would be very similar to the rats, but apparently it's not. So Lillian doesn't deal too much damage to them. So I could either summon in... I mean, 2 are stunned, and I'm fairly hopeful that I would be able to... Well, Medora should be able to deal with the one over here, right? Can they be frozen? Because I could freeze the one that's right next to me. I mean, Lillian can't really do that much. Unless, you know what, since my main character does have a lot of air spells, I think this might be a good idea. It was already Berdotta's turn, unfortunately, so... Let's try freezing this thing. They're not really susceptible to it, right? I think they have like a 20% resistance against ice or water spells, but... Nice, okay. Because this way they won't be able to do too much to me. Right? One's stunned, the other's frozen. It's actually difficult. Would it make sense to fortify someone? I definitely don't want to cast oil, definitely don't want to cast poison, I don't need to heal. Slowing one of them down doesn't really do too much. Making it rain... Well, I think they already have 100% weakness to air attacks anyway. So don't think I'd necessarily have to do more there. You know what? Let's summon this guy in. It's always nice to have additional... Not only firepower, but just things that can take additional turns and might provide a distraction for my actual party members, right? Well, now this is actually somewhat of a difficult decision. I could try this thunder jump thing for once. Wait, let me reread this. Jump from one target to the other, hitting a maximum of 2 targets, stunning them and dealing air damage. Wait, though, is this the... Oh. Huh. I never realized that I don't actually have the skill on my own. I guess I never bought it because I didn't think that it was that good. I might want to go back to town to Zyseal and grab that. There's a problem here is that I don't want to cast my really powerful spells because I want to keep them for the roosters. So let me double check. The mecha roosters, yeah, they have 100% weakness to air as well. I mean, this thing should be dead. Yes. That's still really, really funny. Well, this is stronger than... No, wait. Headvice is way stronger than the other one. Okay. That's those two dealt with. And now I guess I can just hit the rooster. Do I want to encourage? Not yet. Let's see, this won't hit any, this won't hit all of them. Knockdown doesn't really do too much, or I'd rather want to keep it, and I don't want to move her into the static clown, right? So let's just cripple the one that's frozen. Or not. And I guess just attack it? Bonk! That was a very cool sound. Well, the skeleton would have to move in order to attack the back one, right? What was this again? Slashing damage. I don't think they can bleed either, right? That would be pretty strange, to be quite honest. Okay, yeah, that skipped over all their turns. That thing's still frozen. Well... So it's still stunned, but it was still able to activate its thing. But I guess it wouldn't be able to move. Do I want to risk? Because my main character, right, he should be able to take this thing out with one attack. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I guess I'll attack this one. Some might get stunned. Oh, I forgot, my main character is also still, he's still, I still don't really know how to desecrate it? That sounds weird though, right? But it's Oath of Desecration. He's still oathed. I really don't know how you would sort of say that. How you could summon in the spider as well. Well, then again, Ice Shot could also just freeze one of them. But that still requires way too many action points, I think. Well, if my main character's gonna take out this thing, maybe just attacking the Mecha Rooster? I mean, the Undead Swordsman goes first as well, right? So I would get 3 attacks. Lower resistances. Trying to petrify it doesn't really work. I don't really need to fortify either, I feel like. Oh, and I can't summon in the spider because I already got the undead swordsman. So let's just do this, to be honest. The undead swordsman might be able to take it out. Okay, and now I'm casting headwise on this thing.
Seven, have mercy on your soul.
Nice. Nobody's got any status effect on him. Sentinel shutting down. I really, really like the way they're saying that. Okay. Look, I can technically do a lot of stuff here, right? Let's try to knock it down first. Unfortunate. Let's encourage them. See what the rooster can do. Oh, hello. Ouch. Well, everything was oiled, right? That did a lot of damage. A lot more than I thought, anyways. That was actually, I think that was a pretty good decision to try to stun and freeze and whatever else to them. Because this, I feel like, could have gone really, really badly had the roosters both be able to attack, or had they been able to attack way earlier. I think it might have also no, the dynamite technically doesn't blow up through fire, right? Well, I should be able to kill it though. Just in case, since I still have the action points. Wait, they're immune to being slowed? Really? Okay. Well, this should deal a lot of damage, though.
A million tiny pieces!
Ooh. Well, I still wish. So, if I wanted to only attack with one of my ones, I'd have to unequip the other, right? Which would cost me... Well, I don't know if unequipping it would cost me action points, but re-equipping it would. I wish that wasn't a thing. Like, I get that I'm dual-wielding and whatnot, but... I mean, in theory, your character should be able to just attack with one wand, right? There's no reason why you'd always have to use both just because you have both in your hand. The reason why I'm saying it is just now all my air spells, the good ones anyways, are on cooldown. So, yeah, I guess I could try this. Let's see what it does.
Unless my eyes deceive me, those are mechanical roosters.
They sure didn't skimp on their strange sentinel system around here.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends? Back on my feet again. Solid, all the way to my boot soles.
This was definitely a really fun encounter.
Sweet relief.
And definitely quite, well, maybe not overly challenging one, but definitely an encounter that can go wrong really, really quickly, right? If you're not careful. Okay, so how did Thunder Jump work in that particular case? It moves you through... I definitely need to learn that. If there's going to be more enemies that I'll have to deal with, that are really weak to air spells, then I definitely want to have more spells like this. Jump from one target to the other. So it looked like this does count more as a sort of teleport compared to the charge that Medora does. Which in a way makes sense, right? Because this is an elemental spell, whereas Medora's forwards ram thing that she does is a physical attack, right? So she gets affected by anything that's between her and where you're ramming, right? She can be frozen and stunned and whatnot if that's in the way. But this, at least it seemed like it didn't count it. So I was able to move through the fire basically and jump behind the enemy without being burned. Though it's a bit more difficult to see. I mean, I guess it always moves you sort of through the enemy, right? So I suppose if the area behind the rooster had been burning as well, then I probably would have been burned. Maybe potentially even if there would have been two targets. But I definitely need to look at that a little bit more in depth. Well, this was quite fun, though. Are you really telling me that there are no boxes here that I can use to... This one over here. Is there no other box that I can... I think the imps still had boxes next to them, right? Yeah. Excuse me. I do have to say, though, as much as I like the ability to be able to move boxes and furniture and whatnot, I frequently feel like the distance that you have to move them in order to actually, you know, properly deal with environmental traps like this is somewhat annoying. I mean, Medora can move them quite far, but it's still just a bit like there is no interesting sort of engagement going on there, right? So, okay. I was halfway expecting to find another one of those parchment things, but let's see, what is going on with you? And why is there another...
Do not waste your magic upon me. The elements call me home.
Guess I'm not gonna try healing her then?
You arrived. Ah, by the blessed stars, you've arrived. You must find her. Free her. The elements, there is a sinister power pulling these elements out of balance. Perhaps the same that took her.
Seems to suggest that Hyberheim didn't always look like this, right? Because it's quite the weird... I don't know, I mean, you can see lava on the map, and then this cave is also quite... It looks so... sort of crazy in how it's built, right? It's really quite hard to put into words, but if you look at the map as well, it almost seems as if somebody sort of stuck multiple worlds together. Maybe not as extreme as that, but something like that, right? It doesn't look entirely natural, I would say. So maybe whatever's been going on here has thrown the elements out of balance in a way where it just created all the snow and whatnot. Or at least it completely messed with the temperatures everywhere. So you're dying, apparently, but let me still ask you, who are you?
Almina, by name. Apprentice to the Guardian, your so-called White Witch. And now it seems her failure.
So the White Witch was the guardian of the Feywild?
I came to her that I may learn from her. Learn to heal. To protect. But dark fiends invaded her sanctuary. She sensed they'd come. Sensed the danger that hunted her. But knew that to flee would only prolong the chase and cast more innocents in their path.
Oh, so she gave herself over freely then?
They took her here, to this strange and terrible place. Deep into its depths, where I could not follow.
So then she got just injured because she tried to follow her? How do you manage to talk to me through those statues?
That surprised even me. I can only move my energy through through organic matter. And I doubted I could reach those flames. But the sentinels here, some of them seem to be sentient. Be wary of them. Source Hunter.
Okay. What is this place?
A strange dimension indeed. Unfamiliar to me until now. The Rift Runner who brought the White Witch here called it Hyberheim. But I've never heard mention of it before now.
You're not sure sentient is the same as organic? Yeah. I mean, considering that there are mechanical rats here and whatnot, I wonder if they're... I mean, they seem to be, well, not necessarily sentient, but definitely almost, like, very advanced, let's put it that way. Hyberheim.
But the elements here, they rattle in their imbalance. I can hardly see straight. My mind, my very soul, finds no peace here. I slip into the next life with a heart and mind in chaos and confusion.
Rift Runner, White Witch, Hyberheim, literally. Yeah, that's, I mean, I guess it's your typical fantasy for you, right? But I guess in what it is quite funny that they would use that. Mina the Electromancer, that's a really, really good name for her. They should have actually named her that. That would have been really, really good. Speaking of the Rift Runner, though, that's not Leandra, right? So there is yet another person that is somehow connected to them. That's also quite powerful, presumably. Though I still don't entirely understand... Well, I guess there must have been some inherent magic to this sort of cave lake that we used in order to get here. That was utilized by them, because why would they have left it open otherwise if the Rift Runner would have been able to just jump here by themselves? I'd like to know more about the White Witch.
Of course. Anything that may assist you. She must be restored, must be delivered from this place.
Wait, restored? So she's already... I guess she probably was hurt quite a lot, right? When they took her. Why was she taken here?
A woman such as she makes many enemies. She who creates will always be pursued by those who wish to destroy. What these particular despoilers had in mind, I know not. But I do know that they meant no good to come to her.
She creates is also an interesting way of putting it. That's not only healing, right? Creating doesn't always have to be a good thing either. And where did they take her?
That I know not. They hauled her away and out of my sight before I could get my bearings in this awful place. Do you not feel it? The storm, the elements in chaos, at war.
I mean, yeah, that's what I meant, right? This place looks like all the elements are sort of, I guess, at war is a good way of putting it. It does make me wonder, though, how this looked originally before that started. Do I actually want to tell her about the fact that we're looking for Ikara to bring her to justice? At this point, I feel like the fact that Jake has been killed might have been a good thing. What I get? Obviously, in theory, she would still have to be trialed for that, but considering that Jake was in league with the Immaculates, and they've very clearly done a bunch of pretty fucked up stuff here, let's maybe not say that. I know it probably doesn't really make that much of a difference, but unless it's required for the quest, let's ask her something else. Why do you call her the Guardian?
She is a protector of the weak, a champion of the downtrodden, the keeper of Lucula Forest, its guardian for many years.
So in that regard, she is sort of your typical fantasy witch living deep in the forest, right? Yeah, Jake's been... Well, then again, he was just a sort of... Well, it didn't seem to suggest that he was anything too special, right? He was just sort of their, I guess, contact in town. Though, then again, he did keep the quote-unquote mineral collection, right? With a bunch of bloodstones and whatnot. Starstones. Why have the elements become so unbalanced?
Fairy is a realm of all elements. Earth, fire, water, air. When one becomes overgrown, or the others become weakened, chaos ensues. Something must have disturbed the balance of power between the elemental monarchs. Hyberheim is the winter realm, but its reach extends farther than it should.
Aha! Okay, that's interesting. So there are 4 different realms, I presume. Each one has their own ruler, so to speak, and Hyberheim is now somehow, I guess, with its elemental energy invading the other realms. Okay. Interesting. And through that, Hyberheim itself probably got screwed up a lot as well. Asthmatic. They went a little bit overboard, I have to say, with her like coughing, and it's. I get that they're trying to portray her as being on the verge of death, but it's. Though the voice acting's still good. I mean, it's more the direction, I guess, that needed a bit of adjustment. Well, let's do say this though.
May assist you.
I mean,
she must be restored.
At the end of the day, she
from this place.
should probably know about that.
Whatever lies you have heard, the Guardian herself will right them. She is no more capable of murder than frost of warmth. She'd sooner destroy herself than another life.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. You can definitely see some. Well, then again, I don't know her, but if she thought that by killing Jake, she might be able to prevent some huge world-destroying cataclysmic event, right? Then why would she do it? Even if she typically tries to protect people alive rather than kill it. Well.
Please. You must find the White Witch. Whatever she may stand accused of, I'm certain of nothing if not her innocence. Free her. Speak with her. And see for yourself.
Also, who told us that she was the specific one who killed Jake anyways? Was it Jake himself that said that? Or did... I actually don't fully recall that. Because it doesn't necessarily have to be 100% true, right? Was that Jake who said that? I feel like there's still a chance that maybe... I mean, could also very well be that she just tried to prevent some sort of event and Jake just got sort of hit in the crossfire or something, right? If Ikara seems to be quite powerful and Leandra is definitely very powerful, so if those two clashed in that in-room, then maybe Jake just with some sort of collateral damage. And considering that both Evelyn and Leandra seem to be quite keen to resurrect people as well, they might have also purposefully sort of used him as a shield because they knew that they could then use his body to experiment on and whatnot. Need some better analogies. Yeah. Considering that she is almost dying, she speaks very eloquently.
And tell her I'm sorry, and that I'll meet her again, perhaps, someday, somewhere far from here.
And now she's dead. I do have to say, though, considering how much, I'm running around with literally, 30 healing potions, and I have 2 characters who have heals on them. I have healing scrolls and resurrection scrolls as well, 15 of them. It is somewhat aggravating. I mean, obviously, for the story and whatnot, it's basically a cutscene death, I guess. But it is somewhat strange that they don't at least let you try. I mean, I guess I could have tried it. But the problem is that last time I tried it, that weird troll or whatever it is in front of Silver Glen, right? I tried to heal it, and it actually led to me losing reputation with the guy that owns the troll because I tried to heal the troll, and apparently I'm not supposed to do it with my magic or whatever. I mean, obviously the quest wants you to go to Silver Glen and find some sort of healing potion for it, which I get, but I do wish they would have maybe put in a little bit of a better explanation for that. Well, not necessarily better explanation, but would have been cool if he just would have straight up said, please don't, I don't trust in your healing magic or whatever. Though then again, that would have also been strange that he both wants us to help, but then also doesn't trust in our healing magic. Whatever. It is what it is. It's really just a very small nitpick, but I kind of wish they would have found a better explanation as to why you cannot specifically heal with your healing power. Mina's Last Words, Volume 1, preface and pre-preface. And consider how long she's been lying here, half dead, right? Because the whole time she was talking to us, she was already on the verge of dying, I presume. She was lying here the entire time since I entered that cave below Ikara's hut, because she was talking to us through the puddles and whatnot. So as always, though, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it fits, right? It's not only fantasy stories do that. A lot of stories in general do that, where a character just dies the very moment you talk to them for the very last time. That's fine. I mean, it is quite dramatic, so why not? Minigames area drops reputation. Oh, okay. That's a thing in other games. I guess I never really. Don't think it ever really came up in other games. I'm pretty sure that, well, at least in Elder Scrolls, you can just randomly put healing spells on people and they don't really mind, I think? Well, then again, in Elder Scrolls, it doesn't really... I mean, I don't really remember any sort of quest that would have specifically required you to heal somebody. I don't think that's really a thing in that game. The rest of her strength for those final 10,000 to 20,000 words, yeah. Though I suppose you could even, come up with some weird, I don't know, magic that lets you put all of your magical strength into being able to tell somebody else about whatever you want to tell them as some sort of, I don't know, last resort spell. Oh, maybe I should look at my log as well. But yeah, that's interesting with the reputation drop. Well, I mean, in general, it would make sense in a way, right? If you just went around town and randomly put magic on somebody, because they wouldn't necessarily... Well, they don't necessarily know you, and they wouldn't necessarily know that it's good magic or healing magic, right? Especially sort of normal people that aren't that proficient in magic. I mean, because it's literally like, imagine going through, I don't know, a city and somebody came up to you and just randomly put a bandage on your arm or something, even though you aren't hurt, right? I mean, technically it doesn't hurt you, but it would just be a very strange interaction, right? So, and I guess in that sort of first instance, you would probably also say, wait, what are you doing, right? And your sort of quote-unquote reputation, or his reputation in your view, would drop, I guess. So in that way, it does make sense. But if somebody's actually dying or bleeding or whatever, right, and you come up and you help them, then it's another story entirely, right? And they shouldn't be opposed to that, I guess. Eternal Winter. Heiberheim, we have been told, is a realm where once the elements were in balance, but now they've gone haywire and become highly volatile. Something is dreadfully amiss, but it remains unclear how we should proceed. And then find the witch. We met Almina, Ikara's unfortunate friend. She was dying, and with her last words begged us to free the White Witch. All we can do for her now is honor her wish to free Ikara from her sister's claws. Interestingly enough, though, it doesn't actually tell us where to go, right? Though I suppose... I mean, this gate very much looks like I'm not really supposed to get through there. I don't even know if I would be capable of teleporting someone to the other side to pull the lever. Considering how this looks with the staircase and everything, I guess I'm just gonna go there first. I mean, this is quite a big realm, though. Without any sense of well, I mean, I guess this kind of looks like it's sort of southern border, right? Or eastern border, whatever. So I might check that out first and try to do this puzzle with the well, and then also unlock the other waypoint shrine. That feels like a good idea, to be honest. If they have those powers, what other bizarre and cruel powers do they have? Yeah, exactly. If somebody just came up and did some sort of spell on you, even if it felt, or especially if it feels particularly good, right, then I would probably also be pretty wary about that. Especially if you then also know that there is, like, quote-unquote evil magic around, right? Would be very, very strange if somebody just randomly did that without talking to you first or explaining what they're doing. Oh, wait, this gate is the exact same as the other one, though. It also just has a lever on the outside. Unless I'm missing something again? I mean, I could try my teleport trick, though. To be quite honest, if both of the gates are built in a way where there doesn't seem to be any sort of lever on the inside, then am I actually meant to... Oh, no, never mind. I completely... Okay, yeah, my bad. I completely forgot that I just discovered the actual switch to open this. The whole talk with Almina actually made me forget that there is a switch up here. Okay. Let's see if I have to fight more mechanical rats, though. Yeah, somebody could mess with that very easily. That actually reminds me, I don't know if you've played Persona 5, but there's a scene in there as well where a character grabs another character's phone and very quickly installs spyware on it. So I definitely have to keep an eye on the chilled status. I'm not entirely sure what that will do. I mean, you can probably freeze more easily. Can I... Wait. And I suppose you'd also be more... Oh yeah, it reduces movement. By quite a bit, actually. Increases fire resistance. Well, the resistance changes aren't actually that problematic. Wait, there's a cup of tea here? Why didn't I see that earlier? Oh. Well, that's bad. That's a neat trap. Because now she's actually cut off from the others. Ooh boy. Wait, they're not in combat though, right? Which is good. Chilled permanently, really doesn't sound great. Well, I guess in this particular case it just means that the storm isn't letting up. That's a lot of things though, holy shit. Oh boy. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, since my other characters aren't in combat yet, let me see what I might be able to do here. Well, then again, I can't actually do that much. Out of combat, I mean. The problem is if I use a skill now, it'll put me in combat, and that skill will be on cooldown as well. Interesting, and yeah, oh god, we're all going to die. Yeah, that's... sounds about right. Ooh, it does look like a very, very hairy situation. How do I... what makes sense to do first here? It's really... I don't have enough air spells to deal with them. Although, that being said, let me actually take a look at Avatar of Storms. No, that's not the one. I think I should have a couple more scrolls that I haven't used for quite a while. Right, she still has the Thunder Jump as well. And I'm pretty sure, because I completely forgot about that, but I'm pretty sure I actually gave my main character the Air Elemental Scroll. That's going to be really, really good here. So I just need to find a way. What should I do first? I don't want to put anything on cooldown though. Let me maybe... I mean, I do still have a little bit of luck that could work. I do need to get somewhat closer, though. Can I normally attack this thing? Nope. That was too close. Wait, that guy saw me? Really? Aren't they all looking the other way? Guess I should have tried sneaking. Oh well. Or... yeah, it did enter everybody into combat, right? Ooh, this really doesn't look too good. Let's see. Ah, that's unfortunate. I wanted to hit the back one. Okay, if I put it here, I think it should hit all four of them. Here's another spell called Burn My Eyes. Doesn't sound like a spell for beginners. Yeah, it really doesn't it? Yeah. Though, funnily enough, it only increases your perception, so... I guess it's just called that because your eyes might light up or something. It's probably a reference to how it looks. Okay, so that stunned those four. At least those are stunned for a while. Well, considering that the others are also standing pretty close to one another, let's try stunning these three as well. Well, the good thing about lightning in this particular case is also that they're highly weak to it. Can I do something else? Probably want to keep Okay, well that thing's running over there. Oh, that does so much damage! Holy shit. Oh, what is that effect? Oh, that was just the attack. I thought that it gained some sort of status. Oh boy. These aren't going to be stunned forever, though. Definitely have to take out the small one. Oh, with the burning effect, at least it didn't burn the ground this time, so that's good. If I encourage now, it's not going to hit Berdotta, though, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Well, I could... let's see. If I moved... like here... Let's try that. I hate spending a point on that, but... ah, that's really, really unfortunate. I do feel like I need to move over here. Okay, well at least that thing got knocked down, so that's a good thing. Perfect.
Termination procedure in progress.
That is weird though. This time it didn't actually ignite. I guess it thinks that it doesn't need to, or maybe because I haven't attacked it yet? That might be it. That's actually quite funny. I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's the other way around. We don't fry chicken, they fry us. I actually didn't think about that. Okay, wait. Avatar of Storms, what was the other one? It has one Thunder Jump scroll. Well, the problem is that with that is that... oh, well, I could try attacking the small one, right? I mean, the bigger ones are still stunned, and the good thing is that the Thunder Clouds should stick around for a while, so... though I do need to deal with this rooster as well. Although considering... you know what? Considering that she doesn't have too many spells that would help me in terms of offensive stuff. Let's put the healing up first. It's going to be pretty important. Okay, so in theory I should now be able to select 2 targets here, right? Or not. Okay, I still don't... it says jump to 2 targets. Let's slow this thing then. Oh, shit. I forgot that they're immune to that. Ooh boy. That's the clouds already gone. I might just want to put them back up again, right? Until at least, as long as I've dealt with the... or not dealt with the other ones. Ooh, wait, what? Didn't I... did I hit some sort of other place that I didn't... oh, that's unfortunate. Well, 2 of these are still stunned. Does mean that the back one's gonna move, though. Uh, 30% chance against Charmed. Charming one of them probably help out a lot, though, if I'd be able to do it. Wait, they're straight up immune to that as well? I guess I can't, even with Lawmaster 3, I can't actually see the immunities. Well, that was bad then. Oh boy. Well, I can really only do one lightning spell anyways. I guess I could blind this thing. That should hopefully help me out. And then maybe hasten... Ah, she's out of range. That's bad. I was gonna hasten Berdotta so that she... But then again, I only have like 2 stun arrows left, or 3 maybe? So that definitely won't get me through everything here. Oh, well then again... Wait, this only costs 4 AP, really? Well, I definitely want to do that then. Let's put him up over here. It's only going to be here for 3 rounds, but hopefully that should help out quite a bit. Oh no, she's stunned as well. Oh. Has a 50% chance of forking up 4 times. Okay, that's good. Throw an item or character up high and land it safely on the ground. Oh, so wait, Feather Drop is... No, that only... Target can safely be moved 15 meters away from its current... So that's basically a teleport without being heard as well. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So... I wonder where I could get that spell, though. Well, question is now, though, who do I actually attack? Well, since the air elemental is back here, right? I should probably try to focus a little bit more on one specific target. Okay, nice. That stunned a whole bunch of them. Let's see what its normal attack can do. Okay. Yeah, because I hit the small one with my air elemental, it now engaged its dynamite thing. So these two technically, hopefully, aren't much of a threat then. The problem is the roost is back up now. Huh. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's true. Well, sort of goes along the lines of, you know, the best defense is attacking as quickly as possible. If the enemies can't hit you, right, then because they're dead, that's the best way of doing it. I can't. Being electrified and stunned. So I could make Medora immune to being stunned, but the problem is she is already stunned, and I don't think Lillian has a way of dealing with that, unfortunately. Oh, never mind, she does. Oh, nice. I can actually use a couple of scrolls for a change. I mean, the Undead Warrior isn't necessarily the best summon, but it's only 4 action points, and it would definitely, hopefully, distract a couple of enemies. And I'm not really able to deal too much damage to these anyway. Then again, I could cast this on the main character, which might be a better way to deal with the rooster.
My power is your power.
Okay. The small one's still stunned. Well, that's kind of bad. I really hate that they're standing exactly in a way where it can't hit the back one. Although then again, let's maybe move just a little bit. Where's the arrow? There. Now I can hit it. Just try to take those out of combat for as long as I can. Well, I probably don't want to hit the small ones though, right? Let's keep that skill for now and try to hit this thing. I forgot that they still blow up. Oh well, the air elemental does have more than enough HP to handle it, it seems. Okay, well I am still burning, but hopefully I'm okay enough. And if I blitzbolt this thing, should help out quite a bit, I think. Of course the stun fails. At least it does a lot of damage. Okay, the small one stun. Let's try to deal with this thing then. Of course the stun failed. Really? The best defense is to stay out of range. That's also a very good one, I have to say. That's true. I actually utilized that in one encounter against that really, really strong treasure chest that for some reason one-shot one of my characters. I just moved out of range and dealt with it from a distance. Yeah, well, I mean, the imps might have specifically built the robots for that purpose, because they felt like they were the best at combating the elements, though then again, if there is a lightning storm coming through, these robots can't really do much at all. Wait, since when is Lillian immune to burning? When did that happen? Didn't realize that I might have put... Why are they always running around so much? That is such a weird behavior. They always just run around a lot and don't actually do anything. Oh, what was that? Some sort of buff? I have absolutely no idea. Or are they connected somehow now? The heck was that? Oh, I'm actually in a really good position here to deal with the small ones. The problem is I'm not entirely sure if I would be able to deal enough damage to get rid of them. And they will ignite in their turn. And the problem is, it is their turn next, I think, before my characters start theirs. Oh boy. This is quite the conundrum. Well, then again, I mean, these two roosters are somewhat damaged already. Yeah, I really don't want to ignite the small ones. That would be bad. I hope I can deal with the... Let's knock down this one. Perfect. So at least that thing won't bother me too much. Should I... Ah, you know what? Since I still have the action points, let's eat something. Oh god, she takes a lot of damage from that.
As good as a new penny.
Okay. What else might I be able to do here? Let's fortify Berdotta, because she's in a really exposed position there. Hopefully that'll help. She definitely has to heal herself as quickly as possible. I could summon in... Well, the spider does deal quite a bit of damage, and again, just as the other summon, it might detract from me being attacked. Oh shit, I'm standing in smoke. Well, that's bad. Can I... Wait, am I? Well, it's sort of in front of me, right? I don't know if this... No, technically I'm immune to burning, right? If I move here... Yeah, now it works, okay. Can I... Let's try to summon it back here somewhere. Yeah. So hopefully the other ones will be distracted by the spider. Okay. Thankfully those two are still stunned. But she definitely needs to heal herself as well. That thing's knocked down, and this is almost dead. They're still stunned. The little ones... I somehow need to deal with the little ones all at once. I mean, she could deal a lot of damage here. And I do still get a couple of turns. Ooh, that's a really tough decision. She can deal a lot of damage, but I don't know whether or not it'll be enough before the other characters get their turn, because the roosters are still alive as well. I mean, they aren't going to be alive for much longer, but... Well, then again, there are so many things here, right, that I feel like I should be able... Let's do it.
My arrow tastes blood. It craves more.
Okay. And now... should probably... I had really hoped to deal more damage to the small ones. But then again, I could... When's the spider's turn, actually? Let's get rid of this thing for now.
Eternal silence awaits you.
Really don't know if that was the right decision. Also, the elemental is gone now. Well, I could summon in another one, right? I do have one more scroll. I do need to be careful, though. I wonder if that's... Wait, this technically deals, let's see, 56 to 62. Oh, that's why I confused it. So it says it's hitting a maximum of 2 targets. So wherever I jump... Well... Would it hit the other rooster? I guess I have to try. Wait, what? Why am I over here? That's not where I wanted to go. No, this rooster's still alive for some reason. Oh boy. Well, maybe that's actually not the worst thing in the world. Oh, wait, did I hit this thing? What? Okay. So I guess it hits a target that's close to the target you're selecting then. That's unfortunate. I wanted to hit this thing. Though that gives me the ability to deal with this one. Hopefully. Ugh, the stun failed. Okay, that was a very important miss. Oh god. And that was a lot of damage. Oh boy. For fuck's sake. I'm missing one action point. Because I wanted to do this, right? To kill the two small ones. But now I definitely need to heal Berdotta quite a bit more. So let's do that first. I don't want to lose her. So it is going to be difficult to heal her up in general. Do I have something else that might help me here? I could have... Wait, this is 3 AP. I didn't think about that. Well, this would have healed the enemies as well, though. I could throw this to try to knock them down. Or I could try to blind them. Let's see, this thing's still over here. I do have my spider. This thing's still stunned, this thing's still stunned. Well, I can't throw it on these two, obviously, because they're close to me. I could try to throw it back here, but there's a high chance that I'd miss. Let's try it anyways. Of course the knockdown failed. Okay, let's take out this thing. That's gonna be very important. And let's try to take out this as well. Almost. That was bad. They weren't ignited though! Why were they able to blow up right away? That... I must say that felt a little bit unfair. I'm pretty sure they weren't ignited. So can they just blow up immediately? But they haven't done that up until now. Oh, wait, why did I even damage them then? If they're still gonna run into... Oh boy. Well... I guess resurrection it is then. Let's actually move her... Oh, here maybe. Yeah, they seem to have... The problem is that they're constantly doing, like, different things, and I can't figure out when they do what. So they have dynamite strapped to their back, right? And if you attack them with any attack, it seems, then during their next turn they will ignite the dynamite, but it's only sparkling first, right? And then they explode. So I thought, or at least that's how I thought it worked. but apparently they can just instantly explode as well if they decide to do it. So I'm not entirely sure. I might have just missed the sparks, but I mean, I actually watched out for that, so I'm pretty surprised that they suddenly just seem to explode. But I can't heal her, so let's try to freeze this thing. Nice. Well, at least that worked. Yeah, they do have a lot of interactions, or sometimes non-interactions with, I feel like they, I don't know, it seems like they're working very counterintuitively, in that they don't necessarily, well, they do follow rules, obviously, but they're, I don't know, quite weird to figure out. The first time I encountered them, I tried to, because I saw the dynamite, right? And I tried to blow up the dynamite before they could reach me. But they are also 100% resistant to fire. So I actually threw a fireball at them, which you'd assume would blow up the dynamite, even if it wouldn't damage them, right? But it doesn't. Instead, it just ignited the dynamite, and I basically killed myself doing that, right? Because in the next turn, they ran up to me and exploded. So, yeah, it's a little bit finicky, especially because they also work seemingly opposite to other enemies that are in the game previously. They're like walking bombs that laugh maniacally, but they do blow up when you hit them with fire, right? They instantly blow up and you can try to blow them up before they reach you. But these things don't, right? And I feel like there's a little bit too much trial and error here instead of, I don't know, I wish they would follow, I guess, a couple more sort of logical patterns. Right? They sometimes seem to do strange interactions. Okay, let's just... Is that enough healing? Hopefully. Well, there is a whole bunch of smoke here now, so at least... Oh god, he's also still... and he's burning. It's only for bleeding, though. Wait, what's the other one that heals? Heals target for 10%. I don't even really have a high hit chance there, though. I guess I just have to heal myself. Let's try to get rid of this thing. Okay. Problem is the spider's probably gonna burn up quite quickly. At least I can heal myself. Or he's doing that as well. I still don't understand what that actually is. Can they, like, make themselves stronger or something?
Liquidation proceedings underway.
Did he just miss his burn? Or maybe because I was already burned? Encounter some brand new threat, get instantly killed, and have to work your roll the way. Yeah, they can talk. Well, the thing with roguelikes is, though, that they're typically meant to work that way, right? Where you encounter something you can't quite deal with, and then you die, and you go back to it, but you get stronger doing it, right? But in this case, it's just a normal RPG, so it just feels a little bit strange that they throw stuff at you that you just don't know how to deal with. It's definitely... I don't know, it's just... The problem is that these work very different to other enemies that seem very much the same, right? Whereas you'd think that if they're very similar to those other enemies, that they would also work at least somewhat the same. So it's just kind of... Yeah, I don't know. I wish they would have maybe designed these a little bit differently. Because it also feels... I don't know, maybe it's also the encounter design in general, but it definitely seems that they... I don't know, they have a bit too much stuff in here that seems just somewhat... Well, annoying is also not the right way of putting it, but... I don't know. Especially since they also surprise you with it, right? I mean, the whole... How I even got into the situation was just because they magically appeared out of nowhere after I used the switch. Okay, well that's bad. Why am I even trying to heal if everybody still dies? Their talking is quite funny, though, I have to say. They do sound very, very funny. Let's just try to actually kill it. What is this? It looks like it's sort of preparing some sort of mine, or... I don't actually know what that's supposed to represent. I mean, that thing's still very much full. Let's try to get rid of this thing. Yeah, that didn't do as much as I'd hoped it would do. It's also very unfortunate because now I actually burned through all my healing already. Well, I mean, I do still have potions, but... I mean, a normal attack could do it. The problem is I don't actually remember which wand I'll be attacking with first. Because if it is the air wand, then I would kill it. If it's not, that would be bad. I wish that the Shocking Touch had a little bit of a faster cooldown. Well, technically it is the last in the dungeon because it's right... I mean, I'm standing right next to the door that leads out of it. But it's not really... I mean, even if I get out, there's still going to be probably a lot of other things here that will try to kill me, so... Well, the spider's next. The problem is the two mechanical rats will also still be quite difficult to deal with. Spider... I mean, this thing would die if I do this, but I wouldn't be able to heal. Let's just risk it. Nope. Yes. Well, at least that did work. And heal a bit more. Though, to be honest, I should probably... Let's see. I have a better healing potion, yeah. Let's use this one. Ooh, that was a very important miss. Alright. What's the other one going to do? Okay, well at least it decided to hit 2 different targets, so... guess that's good. I should be able to kill this thing. And then if I encourage, that's gonna heal me a bit more as well. Okay. Well, at least now it does look a little bit better. So once in the smoke, though I can see it. She doesn't actually have any Thunder Scrolls left, I think. Nope, only the teleportation one. Would that work? Not really. I could summon the Earth Elemental, I mean at least they're not resistant to that. Though, then again, you know what? Instead of doing that, it actually makes a lot more sense to summon in... Let's summon in my skeleton. It should hopefully provide a shield, at least one of the against one of the rats, especially for Berdotta, my main character. And then... oh, I really wish I just had some sort of normal... oh, she does have her heal again, though. Yeah.
Sweet relief.
Let's do that. Well, now her fork doesn't do too much. I do still have one of these, but I don't think I'm gonna waste it here. Let's enter my stance again. With a little bit of luck, I could be able to stun this thing. Just with her normal attacks. And I can't really do anything else except for the static cloud arrow. I really don't want to use these in case more enemies pop up that are weak to air. Of course it failed. Failed twice. Unfortunate. Well, at least now I can cast this again. So, hopefully, this rat will attack the skeleton and not anybody else.
Blitzball!
Stun failed again? I feel like if they're weak to air attacks, they should also...
A little help here.
oh god, that does so much damage. Aw, thankfully he hits the skeleton. Okay. Good. Can I hit the... it's just out of range. I could do the ram through, but it'll burn me. I mean, she still has... or the... I'd have to heal her as well. Well, then again, it's only 2 targets left, right? So... at least this way I can fully get rid of this one. Even though I'm burning. At least I'm standing... I'm not standing directly in the fire. It's only the last hit point that counts? That's very, very true. But with how much damage... she would definitely be dead if the other one had hit her instead. Okay, let's try to go here.
Sweet
Well, now I do have to deal with it, though. Oh, they can't be slowed, right? I actually tried to do that multiple times already. I can't fortify Berdotta. I could... Honestly, it might be a good idea to just cast this. At least it's gonna hit these three, even though Medora's not standing in it. And then just do a normal attack on it, I guess. And she probably wants to... Is her healing potion still active? No. Yeah, wait a second, does she... Maybe she has another one as well? No. It's actually her last one. I definitely need to rearrange some stuff. Well, then again, I could throw a Holy Hand Grenade. Might be a bit of overkill. Ah, that's really unfortunate. She's missing one action point. Because I'm pretty sure that the stun's gonna fail on my normal attack. I mean, it's only 20%, right? So... let's not risk it. Nope. No stun. What was this again? This wasn't bleeding. They're not susceptible to that. Oh, it's cutting it so close. Oh, my head vice is back. Perfect. That's gonna kill it. Oh boy.
These hellish little automatons have madness in their eyes.
This entire realm is riddled with madness.
I needed that.
Let's heal her before she dies. Oh boy. That was quite a difficult encounter. I actually churned through quite a bit of resources. Well, I do still have a bunch of stuff, but... Wow, that was, what, 2 resurrection scrolls, probably like 5 or 6 healing potions. Well, the unfortunate bit was also that every time I actually healed up a bit, they always killed me with something, you know, just barely, so that all my healing resources actually were wasted, and I had to use a resurrection scroll anyways. Ooh, that was really, really unfortunate. I think I'd have to watch that back, though. I'm still not entirely sure why the small rat suddenly did explode. I feel like that shouldn't have happened. The problem is also their behavior is just very, very hard to predict, because they, for a very long time, they just did their normal melee attacks, and then for some reason decided to explode. But that might have also, I don't know, maybe it was some interaction with their own, because I guess the idea here is, in terms of the enemies, right? The roosters can breathe fire. And I guess if the small explodey ones are standing in the fire, they can immediately explode. Maybe it's that. And I'm pretty sure they didn't actually cast fire before they exploded, though. The roosters, I mean. Because they were, at least the back one was stunned the entire time, right? And the other one was doing fire where no explodey ones were standing. Maybe I'm gonna like read up on that in like a wiki or something after the stream, because I feel like I'm fundamentally misunderstanding some... Oh, well, then again, I don't really want to read up on something. But, I mean, it's situations like this, right, where I kind of want to understand what has happened, because the game definitely doesn't provide enough sort of things in order to do that. Well, to be quite honest, there's also another... Oh, let's actually put her back into the party. The one other thing that I sometimes feel like they should have done a little bit better is there's actually the combat log, right? That shows you effects that are being applied and damage that is going out and whatnot, but I don't think there is a way of actually getting that back. Because it's only, like, it appears for a very short moment and then it gets removed again. I'm pretty sure you can't actually, because I looked at that at some point already, and I'm pretty sure you can't actually keep it there the entire time, unfortunately. It's only the camera, user interface. Piece highlights, comment, I don't even know what that means. Tactical highlights. But I mean, that's definitely not the combat log staying on screen the entire time. And this is just an explanation of the options menu is really quite limited. It's probably one of the biggest criticisms that you could give to the game. Game implements the holy hand grenade of... What is that Antioch? Is that a, like, D&D city or something? I mean, I do have to say that I was pretty surprised when I found it the first time, because a holy hand grenade, I only knew that from Worms up until now. So yeah, I was quite surprised that that's a thing in this game. Because you normally think that, I mean, it's cool that there is an item that you can throw that heals in a, radius around it, but, for like a fantasy RPG, I guess I wouldn't necessarily think of it as a holy hand grenade, but rather some sort of, I don't know, magical mist or something that you could throw. Oh boy. Okay, let's save it. I need to... Let's see, I think Lillian still has a bunch of healing potions. Yeah, she has 16. So let's split this up. Like 7 or something? Move them over to Beddotter. I think Medora still has enough. Right, she still has more than enough, in fact. But Beddotter is slightly running. Well, she still has enough to eat, and she also has the holy hand grenades. I guess with the minor healing potions now, it should be fine. She also has the regeneration scroll. I need to keep that in mind. 2 resurrect scrolls. Let's actually see. Lillian has 3. Main character has 7. Okay. Medora has 3. Wait. So she only has 2. Let's split these up as well, and move 2 over to Beddotter. This still needs to be crafted. The Thunderbolt Grenade. Ooh, let's get that to Medora. Knockdown Arrowhead. That needs to go to Lillian. I mean, there is a waypoint here. In theory, I could go back to the town and just buy more stun arrows and whatnot. Then again, now I'm also leaving the cave, so I wonder if maybe the creatures that we're gonna fight on the outside are, well, definitely not mechanical rats. I don't know. The famous comedy Monty Python's Search for the Holy Grail. King Arthur and his knights destroy fearsome for the Holy... Oh. I did not know that. Well, then again, I think I actually never watched Monty Python. Now that I think about it, for some reason that never really came up. Yeah, it's probably very, very much like the XCOM thing. But for XCOM, a refreshing aerosol spray sounds like much more in line with what the game setting is, right? At least I would think. Whereas a holy hand grenade here, well, I mean, there are, like, nail bombs and smoke grenades and stuff that exist in this game as well, so... I guess it's sort of in line with that.
I needed that.
But yeah, I definitely would have thought that there would also be some sort of healing mist here. Okay, well, now this is going to be interesting. Okay, where the heck do I even want to go? I guess I'm just going to try to sort of move around here, as I said.
By the gods, what infernal weather is this?
We'll freeze to death if we don't find a fire or shelter.
Well, there is a fire nearby, thankfully. Well, Grail is a standalone movie. Oh, right, there are multiple ones, right? I do wonder, though, I mean, because there are so many jokes about it, right? I mean, obviously, I've heard of Monty Python and a bunch of stuff associated with it, though I might not realize that it's that specifically where they're coming from, right? Also, who is that Arhu that's next to the fire? Yeah, it is. What the hell are you doing here? I guess he also put up the fire?
Hammering halibuts. Curse Hyberheim's horrid climb. If it weren't for my snuggly coat, I'd have been no more than an ice sculpture in no time.
At least you blend in with the snow. True.
As does the White Witch, I reckon. For I've spied neither hair nor hide of Ikara in this frozen waste. Then again, I don't expect us to find her out in the storm. Boreas, the king of this land, has sprawling dungeons aplenty. If Ikara is imprisoned here, she's bound to be held in one of his icy cells.
You know, like the dungeon we just came out of, you could have just walked a couple feet and helped us. Also, since you're a cat, he would have been perfect to fight, well, even though they're mechanical, but fight rats.
Breaking into his prisons will probably prove to be as tricky as breaking out of them, though. Not to mention that immaculates swarm about this place like a school of herrings. Herrings with shark's teeth.
And with that, we stand warned.
Forewarned is forearmed, Hunter. Now to hie me to Boreas' palace in search of Ikara. And a fireplace.
Still standing next to one, though. Though I guess in this weather... Oh, he's just running off. Okay. I guess in this weather, you know, even a fireplace like this wouldn't be of much help. Eternal Winter. We learned that Hyberheim is ruled by a tyrannical king called... How did he pronounce it? Boreas? We'll likely have to spend some quality time with the sovereign if we want to get to the bottom of the burdens that afflict Hyberheim. Sounded more like we would be opposed to him? I guess we could also help him? Arhu told us he suspects Ikara is being held in the dungeons of King Boreas. If so, we must find a way into these dungeons. He could have at least tipped us off about where to look for them. Another literomancer, yeah. They do like to do that here. Do fish swarm? Is that a... How do you mean? I mean, aren't they called a school? Instead of a swarm? How would you say that, though? I mean, they don't school, right? They still swarm, but they're called a school? I don't know. Well, to be fair, a lake probably couldn't be a fireplace, right? Or a puddle? Anything that's wet? Oh, now we get a quest marker. Okay. Well, that makes more sense now. Well, I suppose I'm still... Oh, there is another waypoint here. Perfect. Well, to be quite honest, with how full my inventory is, it might not be a bad time to go back to Cyseal. But then again, I also don't want to spend an hour or so rummaging through my inventory and selling stuff and whatnot. Also, technically, I'm not, like, running low on any resources. I'm still quite fine. I could probably even craft more healing potions if I really wanted to. And it's actually quite cool that I'm finally utilizing the scrolls that I've been given. Yeah, should be fine. Ah, well, true. Point taken. Yeah, oil slicks on the water, they do still burn very well, that's true.
Bitter chill!
On some level, I still find it hilarious how the characters are still announcing when they get warm or cold. Anytime you usually run by a fireplace, oh, who left the door open, or whatever they're saying. And now we're chill. I mean, imagine like running through a snowstorm with a friend, right? And they would sort of every like 3 minutes, just sort of scream out into the void that they're cold. What the hell are these? Can I don't think they're targetable or anything, but or they might be. They are. Interesting. Guess it didn't really help much, but kind of expected there to be a chest here or something. Also, this almost looks like there is another place here that I can't get to quite yet. There also seems to be a cave over here. It's still quite insane to me how large this map is. I mean, this literally looks as big as Cyseal, and it took me like 50 hours to get through that, or even longer than that.
Some of the Immaculates perished in the storm, it would seem.
So much of their goddess's promises.
Yeah, it seems like they weren't necessarily that well prepared for this weather either, huh? Don't hobble away, I want to talk to you. Really? Maybe he comes back. Oh, I'm overburdened again? Well, I'm still carrying, like, 2 stores worth of items. Let's move the rest of the metal scraps over to Medora as well. That definitely helps. Can I actually... Wait, if I use this... Oh yeah, I can... Okay. That's cool.
Bitter chill!
Is that... What is that?
Getting too cold. Concentrate.
Definitely looks like some sort of ice elemental, doesn't it? Guess it's protecting the chest? Atreus Ninja, hi, welcome. How's it going? I mean, it's going splendid? More or less. I mean, I had a bit of trouble with some weird mechanical roosters and rats earlier, but other than that... Well, yeah, I took a lot of books with me. Mainly to be sure that I didn't miss any, or rather to keep track of which ones I already read. Because there are a couple books that have, like, multiple volumes, right? Like these ones? Wait, where are they? Fun with Fluids, 3, 4, and 5, and whatnot. Though I suppose I could also send them over to my homestead chest. What? Oh. Well, they saw me very early. I did not expect there to be enemies right next to the waypoint. Ooh, this is probably not going to be great. Feral Ice Elemental. Is that a part of him? Ice Elemental Fragment. No, these are two separate ones, I guess? Okay, well, at least in this particular case, I'm pretty sure that these ones should be somewhat weak to fire, hopefully. So I do hope that creating some fire surfaces will help here. I'm pretty sure that I'm also still out of range of them. Camping the waypoint, yeah. Well, I mean, I did expect that there would be a lot of trouble out here, but I think so far the game has never had enemies close to the waypoint. Little bunny, please go away. I don't want to burn you. I just want... I need to make sure not to burn my own characters, though. Also, I do wonder how long the fire is actually going to stay around. Might not stay around for too long. Do I want to try that? Yeah, let's see if it works. It does! Well, at least in this particular case, it seems like I have an easier time with the skills that I have currently. Let's end the turn here for now. Okay, one of the wolves will move, but they'll hopefully just move towards me. The poison dart is very, very strong. Yeah, I was actually really surprised by that. Because not only is it poisoning, but it also just straight up deals a lot of damage. I'm level 11 currently. So already a bit further in. So I'm not in range for my skills here. I could try hitting them with... Well, Steam Cloud probably won't do too much. Though if they are susceptible to poison, that might be a good idea. Let's see, can I hit... Oh, he's out of sight. Because the trees. Oh shit. I should have checked that earlier. I thought I was in range. No, that was my bad. I shouldn't have entered my stance. Let's try to hit the small one then. Nice. Okay. Okay. Well, at least the oil did help in that regard. Let's see. Let's make sure that they can't get to me that easily. Well, that will hopefully burn the entire oil, right? So let's do something like this. I should probably also take a look at them. Oh, they are very susceptible to fire, though. Would it help to hasten somebody? It's not close enough to be stunned. Well, I could just normally attack him. Does have quite a bit more HP than I thought he would. Oh, really? You discovered this really late? I didn't know that was a thing, because I'm pretty sure I came here... Oh, burning failed? Well, thankfully the other ones didn't try to run through the fire. Because the main story basically just led me here. No, wait, well... I guess it kind of does. I suppose you probably went to Silver Glen first then, maybe? Because I pretty much, as soon as I went out of Seal, I turned right and followed the main story, right? So I guess if you don't do that, you can overlevel yourself before this. Ah, that's a bit unfortunate that that's the thing. Okay, this is going to be a lot more difficult than I thought. I had hoped that the fire would help me a bit more than it did. I mean, I could still try to burn them. Ah, this costs a lot of action points, though. Could also knock them down, to be honest. I mean, these three still have to run quite a bit to get to me. Though they are quite fast. Oh! Because of the barrier. Right. Because I kind of on accident discovered the mushrooms that let you remove the barrier if you answer their questions correctly. I guess if you either don't talk to them or maybe you answer one question incorrectly, you might not be able to remove the barrier or something? Oh, you killed the... Ah... Yeah, okay, I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. The only reason... Wait, why did I even talk to the mushroom? Oh, yeah, I only talked to the mushroom because there were other mushrooms right next to it that I tried to pick up, and suddenly it went into the dialogue, and I didn't even, I didn't realize that you could talk to the mushrooms before I clicked on... or before I tried to pick up the other one. And also, you're basically fighting right next to them, right? So I can also see that you very easily just accidentally hit them with like a fireball or something. Okay, let's try to knock this down. Of course that failed. I probably want to keep the rush ability though. Let's encourage as well. See what the elemental does. At least he is poisoned. Where the hell are you running? Oh, he has to run around the wolves. Ooh. What? Did I, like, activate half the map? Where the hell did that thing come from? Okay, well... Ooh, is this gonna burn? Should probably make sure that it actually burns. I guess it's very unlikely that they start burning, though, because it's so cold. That is somewhat unfortunate. Let's summon in the spider.
Poison my foe!
So that it can hopefully tank for me a little bit. Are the other ones close enough for my... they are. Should probably do that, because that hits all of them. Whew. He also has a lot more HP than I thought he would, to be honest. They really hit you with quite the difficult encounters here. Let's see. So they have willpower 2. Wait, the bigger one probably has more, right? No. He also has 2. Do I want to risk that? Or do I want to try hitting the smaller one? Well, he's standing next to the spider though. Let's try this. Maybe I get lucky. Nice. Okay, that's gonna be really helpful if he's attacking them instead of me. Oh, nice. Also got the attack of opportunity. Okay, that was really, really good. Can I chuck my fireball over there? I can. I could summon in my fire elemental. Well, let's just chuck the fireball.
Seven have mercy on your soul.
Now they're actually burning. And they're fighting amongst each other. Perfect. He has to run around because the floor is burning. Wait, I attacked the spider. Do I want to ram him? I mean, the other ones are occupied for now, which is good. So I guess I should deal with him first. Well, if I just move up to him, it's going to cost me 5 AP. I don't necessarily want to just utilize the ram for one enemy, but then again, it'll give me 2 attacks this round. Also, Medora being more in the front is probably going to help as well. You know what? I should probably enter her defense stance. And then just cast this on the wolf. Nice. Well, weakening it is not necessarily... As long as the alpha wolf is still charmed, I don't need to weaken this one. This should hopefully die somewhat quickly. Not if I miss, though. See what the elemental is doing. Oh, he's also attacking the wolf. Nice. Or not? What the heck was that? Did they, like, buff themselves or something? Looks like they're... Well, this isn't. I thought they did something to leave behind ice on the floor or something. Okay, honestly, let's fortify Medora, just so that she can actually tank. Of course, it fails. Nice. Then I guess I'm going to... Let's strengthen Bedota. She should be able to deal quite a bit of damage. They're still... I mean, they don't have 100% resistance on ice, though, right? Yeah, okay. Let's see. Thankfully, he's still charmed, and I can't see the other ones anyway, and they're very far away. Probably want to keep that. So let's just deal with him real quick. Nice. Are you kidding me? How does that always happen? I'm always accidentally stunning my own characters. But I didn't think they were close enough. Why does it even... I guess the ground, because it's snow-covered, it would count as a water puddle? Maybe? Ah, well. I've actually not played the second part. I specifically waited for to play the first one first, because I kind of thought that it would be better just do them in like the first one and then the second. Oh, it's the blood. But they're not... I mean, she is definitely not standing in that. I guess she is? It's a bit of an unfortunate effect. Okay, I can't see them, that's out of sight. I could just keep my points. I could also chuck an explosive arrow in here. It's probably not the worst idea. Nice. Ooh. That was good. Oh, okay. Well, I can definitely see... I've seen a couple of short clips of the second game, like nothing spoilery or anything, but just some sort of random environments, right? And, well, it definitely looks more, I don't know, advanced, right? I mean, obviously, they improved on it on the first game quite a lot, so that's specifically why I decided to play the first one first, because I felt like, well, first of all, I had heard that they're both really, really good games. Like, if you look up reviews and stuff, right, they're both viewed as, like, really, really good RPGs. And yeah, I do have to say that I sometimes tend to be somebody who, at least, well, not anymore, but, you know, a couple of years ago, I was definitely also somebody who struggled with playing older games. I mean, this isn't really old. I'm more talking about, I don't know, things like from like 2003 or something, right? Because I always, like, if they're looking really, really old, if they have, like, janky stuff in them or are buggy and whatnot, it can be quite a struggle to get through stuff like that, right? And I was kind of worried, because I didn't know anything about this game, really, except for, like, one review that I watched. And obviously a couple of people telling me that it was a really good game. And so I didn't want to play the second one first and then go back to the first one and realize, oh shit, you know, could still be a good game, but I don't know, it always creates this sort of expectation, right? If you've played a later game. I think one of the games where I actually experienced that the most is with FromSoft, because I never played the original Dark Souls. And I played Bloodborne, Sekiro, and then I wanted to go back and actually play through Dark Souls 1, and it honestly kind of felt like a pretty bad game if you played the later ones before playing Dark Souls. So I had a really hard time understanding why people think that Dark Souls is such a good game. I mean, I can, obviously, you know, if I try to sort of mentally put it within the context of when it released, I can definitely understand why it was such a special game to so many people. And once you're in that mindset, right, and you have sort of the nostalgia glasses on, I guess, you always view it as that, and you don't really mind the, you know, bugs or things that just aren't that good about it. You can just sort of ignore that. So I really, really didn't want that to happen with this game, so I decided to play the first one first. And also it just makes more sense, right? And I didn't know, I mean, I think a review at some point mentioned that the second part, like, you don't necessarily have to have played the first one, but I still think that, especially since they're called, you know, 1 and 2, I think that I didn't want to miss out on any sort of references or whatnot in the second game, right, that mentioned the first one. Yeah, Bloodborne is really an exceptional game. And Dark Souls is too, but I just really struggle to enjoy it, I think. Like, I can see why people like it, and I do too, in a way, but I like it more for its sort of for the, I guess, ideas that it brought forth, and for making FromSoft's games what they are now, right? And now we have all these great games available, but you know, I really don't. If I wanted to play a FromSoft game, I would either do a second playthrough of Elden Ring, or you know, I would play Sekiro again, or Bloodborne, or maybe Dark Souls 3. Certainly not Dark Souls 1. That would be the last one on my mind to play through again, just because of, I don't know, me not really having all that much fun getting through it, especially in sort of its last third, I would say. The beginning is actually really good, but it really falls, you know, I wouldn't say it falls off a cliff, but it has some really big problems in its sort of later parts. Well, what do I actually want to do here, though? I guess summoning in my fire elemental would be pretty good, especially because I can just put it right next to the enemies instead of having to move over there myself. Oh, nice! How the hell did that happen? Guess somebody just burned away. Okay, nice. Well, unfortunately now the spider has to walk quite far, though. Oh, who's talking? Who the hell are you? What the fuck is that? Oh god. Okay, there's a... Please don't join the battle. I guess I have to be really, really careful not to accidentally pull more monsters. I wonder, since the snowstorm is so tight, would the spider also get a bonus on not getting burned? Well, anyways, let's still move it over here. Maybe let's move it here. Can I actually... no, not close enough for that. One of them is apparently very confused as to what they're supposed to be doing. I could chuck that over there, right? One of it's gonna hit the waypoint, though. Oh, you think it discovered the waypoint? That would be quite funny. Could be, though, right? Yeah, I was still somewhat further away. That would be a very... Because it didn't actually kill anything, right? I'm pretty sure? No, they're both still alive. Yeah, that must be it. Well, that was certainly interesting. Fire... I forgot that he had this. I shouldn't have moved the spider quite so close. I kind of want to chuck the flare at this guy, but I'm not really close enough for that. Let's just throw it here. Burning failed 3 times. Nice. She was still stunned. Now he isn't charmed anymore, but the good thing is they're all really, really low. I don't think they're quite close enough to... No, they are! Ooh, nice. This is gonna hurt a lot. Boom. So that killed one of them, right? Perfect. He's just attacking the spider. Do we want to cast Flare? Well, if it's the blood that's stunning everything, then I should probably not use stun on them, right? Though this might also hit the spider. Well, let's just chuck it over there. Oh. Oh, the poison blew up. Nice. Oh, that's the spider. I was gonna say, wait, that's not the fire elemental skill. Nice. 6 AP, really? Well, now it's burning. Let's, or can I, am I in range? No. Just keep the rest of the points. Now they're occupied with my summons anyways. Well, they can also apply chill, that's nice. Well, if the spider's already burning, might as well just cast this, right? Because it's gonna hit both of them. And then let's take this thing out. And that's it. Oh, I was gonna say, are they always just creating, like, frozen ground? But no, they can actually attack. Problem is they're staying really, really far away. I actually need to come up with a way of dealing with them. Let's see, I have to poison dart again? That should hit, I'm pretty sure. That's just slightly out of range. Will also blow up, right? It might blow up, like, next turn. Because the poison should interact with the fire, I'm pretty sure. I do have to agree, I really, really like how they set up the battles in this game. Especially once you realize sort of all the interactions that you can do, like here, right? When you burn the ground, first of all, or at first it seems very overwhelming because there's so many enemies, but then you can control them quite well, right? If you charm one of them, they're fighting amongst themselves. If you create a burning surface, they have to run around it. There's so much cool stuff that you can do. You can really try to move them into a corner of where you want to have them or something. Wait, let's see. Oh, no, the spider's still alive. I was gonna say, I could try to summon in the skeleton next to one of the ice elementals, but that doesn't really make too much sense. Let's just attack him for now. I do need to figure out something with the elementals still, but I'm very far away, though. I mean, the good thing is Berdotta has a really, really long range. I mean, I don't really have to be too concerned with him. Let's try to hit this thing. How far would I have to go to get to it? Remove her stance. Also, despite being chilled, I can still move quite far, I think. I thought that reduced my movement. And maybe not enough. Okay, spending 2 action points would definitely get me close enough. Pretty sure. Yeah. Now my hit chance kind of busted, but that shouldn't be an issue. And I think I should still be out of range of this thing. At least for now, it might move closer to me. Ooh, nice. Oh, wait. I didn't get XP for that, right? Are they summoned in? Or maybe they're just... Maybe they belong to somebody else? I could summon him... Well, if I summon in something else, though, this thing's never gonna come to me, right? So I think it might actually be better... Let's hasten Berdotta, because she has such a good range. He's still in range, but I might not necessarily want to spend points on it. I could also move slightly. Let's do that. Let's just try to get into a better position for the thing. I actually thought he would blow up. I guess not. Oh well. Yeah, if I go to it, in theory, I hope that the ice elemental is gonna move a little bit closer. I just wanna sort of awkwardly behind the waypoint. I really hope... Nah, well, anyways. Spider's turn. I could attack it. Ah, well, let's just try. Nope. Let's weaken it then, just to be sure. Very, very close to that other troll thing, Shambling Oak. Oh, wait, what? That's not a... That's a tree?
We're lost, goddess, damn it!
We're not lost, we're just a little turned around.
I guess that's a walking tree, huh? Wait, what? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, where the hell did it move? Well, that's annoying, though. I guess it tried to move away from the spider? I do hate it when they do that. It's... Well, it is pretty much cornered there, though. Is there anything that I could do? I can actually move quite far. Just don't know whether or not I want to risk that. But then again, let's move. I just hope I'm not getting burned there. Let's move here. Nope. That's fine. Because I think it's not able to actually move through here. Oh, for a second I thought that was another enemy. I can't target it. Okay, let's wait here and see what it does, though. Thankfully I did remove her stand, so... Well, I could... Yeah, honestly, let's just deal with it. Shouldn't be too difficult. Of course. Can I hit it from here? Probably not, right? But I also want to make sure that it's not actually running off into... the walking tree directly from Elden Ring. Well... Or do you mean Lord of the Rings? Because I thought that this was... What were they called? Ents, right? The Lord of the Rings trees. Huh. Wait, I'm very, very slightly in range here. Of course I'm hitting the... What am I hitting? Some sort of bush. Ah, well. Okay, a spider disappeared. Well, they're both over there, so... I'm just gonna keep moving this way. Who is that? Is it confused as to what the hell it's supposed to be doing? Let's just hit it with that. summon this guy in. Although... ah, well, why not?
Shadows of hell, breathe life into you.
This is turning out to be a lot more complicated than I wanted it to. I just didn't expect it to run away quite that far. Okay. I think I'm always gonna hit something here, though. Really? There was still something burning there? Okay. Finally.
My blood turns to ice within my veins!
Okay, calm down. You're still standing next to fire. Well then, I mean, this did work out quite well, I would say. Let's heal up.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends?
Okay. And grab all the loot. Let's see. It didn't actually drop that much.
As good as a new penny.
Or was there something there where they spawned? I have to take a look at that. Before I deal with the tree, though. How they?
It's the White Stag.
A brutal end for our mysterious friend. A bad omen, if ever there was one.
Oh, so the White Stag is some sort of...
I have passed on, as you must pass on too. Be not dismayed, though, for there are many forms of passing. Yours, how wonderful it could be.
I did not realize there was a White Stag ghost. You were caught by wolves, how terrible.
It is in the nature of the wolf to attack the deer. This I cannot grudge my carnivorous neighbors. But the beasts here have grown more savage, the elements more vicious. Something is awry.
I really liked his voice. Carnivorous neighbors. What can you tell me about this realm?
Iberheim was once a mighty and ordered kingdom. But the elements are in disarray. Ice has overcome all, and the spirits of the realm of Fairy are in turmoil. What it means, I cannot say. Farewell, guardians.
Poor little stag. Word. Big stag. Ornate chest. I should probably save. I feel like everything in anything would be able to attack me here. Armor piercing grenade. Nice. Let's grab this. Okay, let me see. I don't want to miss anything. I didn't actually move that, that much. I didn't realize I was still so close to the cave exit. Okay, so that's where the weird tree is. Though I think they might... I don't know. They did look like Immaculates. But they... I don't know. Maybe we can actually work together with them. Ultimately, I probably want to go here first and try to deal with the well. But let me go back to this... what looked like some sort of big frozen ice elemental. This thing? I wonder if it's going to...
Chill to my bones.
If I just access... Huh. I did not expect to just be able to open the chest. how the heck is this really an ice elemental, or is it some sort of rock being, or is it just a rock in general? It does look some sort of elemental though. Let's see if I can just chuck a fireball at it. Oh. Wait, what? A rocker. Hello.
Back, slime belly. Who are you to roam our land, disrupting the execution of justice? This prisoner has been tried, sentenced, and convicted in the grand courts of Heimerheim.
Are we not going to talk about the fact that you are a talking snowman? What the fuck is going on? Oh, so they imprisoned him? So I guess we want to help him. Because you look like an evil snowman. What crime did the prisoner commit? I wonder if I could just melt them. If I cast fire on them.
Extremist scum, his disdain for the king's rule caused 2 gruesome deaths, called by the fiend the price of protest.
Well... What is going on with the... I wonder if the king himself... Because, I mean, the lady that we talked to, that talked to us through the lake. She did mention the king as well, and it sounded as if he was already around when this was all still kind of normal, without the elements going crazy. Sounds like the king has also been maybe corrupted, or something's definitely going on there. Or maybe he just doesn't know how to deal with this situation. That could also be a thing.
Ahoka determined the earth elementals within Heimerheim deserve the same rights as we of the ice. He demanded that prison sentences given to those of the green and ground ought to be equally length to those given to ice elementals. Preposterous.
I can't even imitate that. Preposterous. Nah, not really. Seems like a good suggestion, though.
Because the king would not acquiesce to the madman's insane demands, the fiend retaliated. He broke into the prison and set free 3 high-security inmates, Earth Elementals all, in protest.
Oh, no.
One of those prisoners went on to murder an innocent god of ice. The other was severely ripped to pebbles by a mob that yearned of his whereabouts.
Well, both of those instances sound kind of fucked up.
Tell me, oh pompous bloodbag, does such a sower of death and discord deserve freedom?
Well, that is somewhat of a difficult decision, right? I mean, obviously, protesting someone or something in this particular case shouldn't necessarily yield or result in death. Though the demands were valid. Let's see what options we get here. This is definitely not... Like, I don't like these snowmen, obviously, and I disagree with their take on how their justice should be, how their justice system should work. But... His politics stood in the way of his sins, it seems, and now he must pay the price. Prison is hardly the place for a relentless pursuit of justice. Well... I mean, the first one's definitely not correct, right? He's definitely completely right in what demands they set out, but I guess the way in which they tried to accomplish that was wrong, though. Then again, looking at these snowmen, I don't necessarily think you would be able to negotiate with them in any sort of way, so let's go with option number 2. Prison is hardly the place for a relentless pursuit of justice.
Prison is hardly the place for a relentless pursuit of justice.
Whether he pursued justice is irrelevant, his actions caused 2 unlawful deaths. Well, also true, right? Indeed, this King Boreas seems to have used the law to silence a campaign for equal rights in his land allowed. Ah, man, sometimes these options are... They're both right. I mean... Do we want to help? I mean, I'm kind of inclined to help the Earth Elemental, even though they did possibly kill 2 snowmen. I guess I agree with the second option more in this particular instance. I mean, I do agree with the first one as well, but the second one definitely carries more weight, I would say. The grand sort of... well, it's difficult. I wish there would be... well, obviously it wouldn't really make sense for the game to have a third option because, like, it's kind of the point that you have to choose, right? Let's see what they'll do.
Indeed. This King Boreas seems to have used the law to silence a campaign for equal rights in his land. The lout.
The lout.
See that? An eternal sentence overturned by an ape. We'll snap your arms like twigs before we'll see that slime set free.
Well, also, it's kind of not right for them to just attack us outright, huh? So, you know. I guess Aroka is gonna fight with us on this? I'm just in a pretty bad position here. Well, at least for this one. Because if I try burning stuff, then... ah, well, I kind of have to try. Let's see if I can get these 2. Did I actually oil them? Let's see what this does. It's also, I could, wait, if I poison this guy... let's poison the back one. Oh. Unfortunate. Then let's strengthen... well, do I want a stronger fireball or do I want stronger arrows? Let's strengthen Berdotta. Nice. That helps out quite a lot. Ooh, can rage as well. You wouldn't trust someone with a carrot nose? Yeah, especially if it's as crooked as that one. They don't look very trustworthy, right? Though then again, you shouldn't judge on appearances, I guess, usually. Oh, they have a lot of HP, I didn't realize. Wait, let me actually take a look at them. Bodybuilding, willpower 3, they're very, very weak to fire. Wait, it did say immune to poison, though. I guess to the status effect, but not necessarily to... oh, is that because... does that stack? Is that how it works? So they have a 50% base resistance to poison, and then their, what is it? Their bodybuilding? Wait, is it no, none of these are actually... Saving throws. Feared, Mutant, Stunned, Cursed, Slowed, Petrified. There's nothing about poison here, right? Knockdown, Burning, Frozen, Bleeding, Crippled, Blind. No. I guess they're just inherently immune to poison? Or it just mentioned... Does he actually count as an enemy in this particular case? No. Pretty sure it doesn't. Because I don't want to use something that forks off and then kills him. Okay. Well... Oh, they created frozen ground beneath them. Could try to charm one of them again, but then again, there are also only 3 enemies in this case. I could also summon in my fire elemental again. I don't know if that's gonna set the... Oh, they're not even oiled anymore. Let's do this. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Nice. I guess I can't really do that much more. I hope they're not dealing too much damage, though. Ooh, interesting. They have like AoE frost stuff that then heals them? That's cool. Where the hell are you going? That was interesting. Oh yeah, I think I actually speculated about that last time, that I just wasn't able to see their immunity straight up. Well, it's just somewhat, I guess, a little bit counterintuitive that they would still be susceptible to poison damage, but completely immune to poison, right? I mean, usually, at least in the case of the mechanical rats, they just had 100% resistance against fire, and then they were also resistant to burning, obviously, right? But I guess those, like, just having an inherent immunity might be a completely different thing. And I guess you'd need Lore Master 4 for that, right? Yeah, because my highest Lore Master is 3 on one character currently, which allows me to see bodybuilding and willpower, I think. And 2 allows you to see the resistances. So I guess maybe 4 would allow you to see the actual immunities or something. Well, this doesn't look that great though. They actually froze 2 of my characters. I don't like that. I'm pretty sure I can't use the ram because I'm on the ice. Let's encourage just to, you know, heal a little bit.
Let the blood of our enemies be your motivation.
Oh, Oroka, that also counts for Oroka, that's a good thing. And then, I guess, the one back here is still petrified, so let's knock down this one. Perfect. Ooh, nice. Ooh, how many attacks do you get? Holy hell. Guess he still had a lot of action points to spend. Well, to be honest, I could just chuck a... Would I be able to unfreeze my characters if I hit it right? I don't want to burn my own... I guess that wasn't enough. It did deal quite a bit of damage, though. Nice. Sword of Holy Flame. Why does a... what? Why does a snowman have a sword of holy flame? How did that happen? Well, he's still knocked down. Oh, I could just... Let's see. This is gonna use up a lot of... Oh, he's already burning. It's gonna use up a lot of points, but let's throw it on him. It's not burning though. That's a lot of damage as well. Thankfully, they're quite low already. Yeah, with 100% resistance, the thing is, you could in theory lower their resistance as well, right? If they, because some enemies do have like 150% resistance or 200% resistance, right? But if they just straight up have 100% and you lower their resistances by 25, you would be able to damage them, but I guess they could still be completely immune to burning, for example, right? So I guess, yeah, you're definitely right on that being two different things. Yeah, if it removes that resistance, so they would take a small amount of damage, but they would probably still be immune to being burned or whatever. There are so many cool interactions with the elements that it's really, really good. And they don't even, like, when I started out playing the game, right, it seemed to me, because they kind of combined some stuff, right? You have, like, the air magic also counts as lightning, whereas sometimes those are two different things, right, in fantasy. So they, at first when I saw that, I thought, oh, there's only water, air, earth, and fire, right? Whereas typically, for example, ice and water would be two different things, and air and lightning are two different things. So in a lot of other RPGs, there's actually 6 elements. But ultimately, there are so many cool interactions in this game, so many cool and different ways to utilize that, and also you still do have, like, you have the status effects that you can put on enemies is crazy, right? You have charm, knockdown, stunned, and petrified, and cursed, and there are so many things that you can do. It's really, really crazy, actually. And then you also have to keep in mind all the different interactions between them, right? The fact that poison can blow up if you create a poison cloud above fire, and then the fire and oil creates the black smoke, and you can also create white smoke with water and fire, and then ground can be frozen. So many cool things. Okay, I hope I'm just gonna kill this thing. Yeah, nice. Can I hit this thing? Okay. Yeah. This should be fine. Okay, so he stood up, but I guess I can try, maybe, Oh, it worked! Nice! I was gonna say, I might be, frozen by doing that, but nope. And Lillian finally unfroze. Though, I don't suppose... Well, I mean, I basically won already, so let's just heal and... Bam. Nice.
Can it be? Trees, earth, ground. The smell of the wintry pines and soil. A whiff of fresh air after years of nothing but the glassy aroma of ice warming me in. I thank you kindly for freeing me, stranger.
After years? Holy hell. Okay, well now I feel better that I helped him. I kind of was under the impression that this happened like I don't know, maybe a couple of days ago? Okay, I really like the small avatar that they gave it.
Tell me, are you a proponent of the Earth Equality movement?
There we have another alliteration. The Earth Equality. Well, they... What else could they have called it? Earth Equality movement. First of all, tell me about yourself.
I am a liberator and an equalizer in this tyrannical prison plane. One of the few willing to stand, rock solid, against King Boreas' many miscarriages of justice.
Rock solid, eh?
The tyrant, master warden of this prison dimension of Fairy, exerted his power over we Earth elementals with an iron fist. For an equal crime, an icy thief or assailant would receive half the sentence of a mossy one.
A mossy one. I really like how they reference that. I wonder why it's Earth elementals specifically, though. Now then again, I mean, fire elementals probably wouldn't survive in the first place here. Don't know about air.
I protested. When it became clear that my demands fell on deaf ears, I took the law into my own hands and freed 3 of my kind from Boreas' prison chambers.
Would be pretty cool if these guys could help us against them, though.
For my crimes, I was encased in ice. Silenced then, but silent no more.
Tell me more about Hyberheim.
Hyberheim, the eternal tundra, prison for the unwanted of the realm of Fairy. Here alone among the elemental planes, however, does Earth find prejudice at the hands of ice. Here alone do the elements rumble in unrest.
But wait, I thought that wasn't always the case. But it does sound as if this is some sort of prison plane then, right? So... So I guess even before the elements started to go all crazy, they still used this place to potentially imprison criminals?
Now, more than ever in Hyberheim, does this elemental unrest roil. This blizzard is most irregular, even among this eternal winter. And I feel within myself a tearing, a breaking of the normal sense of the earth within me. Has Boreas slipped even further? Has his mind become somehow more corrupt?
Aha. So that I guess, well, it doesn't necessarily explain it, but it's definitely a hint. What I was speculating about earlier, that apparently Boreas was here, like he existed here before, but he somehow became corrupted or crazy or something is influencing him. Though, one thing that I find very interesting about this is that we also discovered the what are they called? Well, the people that are following the conduit, following Leandra, right? They seemingly came here quite unprepared for the cult, or at least the couple that we found next to the fire campfire there. Which makes me wonder if whatever's screwing with this king is maybe not Leandra herself, or if she is that, she maybe tries, I don't know. Maybe in some way this helps her gaining, I don't know, energy for something if she throws off the elements? I feel like there's more going on than just... I mean, well, then again, we still don't actually know what she's trying to do. Because I was kind of speculating about that when she led us to Brachus Rex, because it almost seems as if she wanted us to fight him. Or at least she didn't mind too much that we were able to beat him. So it wasn't her only plan to resurrect a sorcerer king. I think she wants to do more than that. Well, very obviously she is doing more than that, but don't yet really know how it's all connected. Anyways, what do you know about King Boreas?
That hoary pig proclaims to hold the scales of justice over all of Fairy. But he's written the damn thing in favor of his own kind.
So he himself would be an ice something.
The other monarchs of the Fairy realm, true leaders, elementals all, are loath to interfere with their mad brother and his ice prison. They ship him their criminals, and he deals with them according to his own mercurial laws.
Okay. Well, that seems like somewhat of an easy stance to take for those other fairy, then. Right? I mean, so they use him, they use his prisons, but they don't really want to deal with the weird shit he comes up with. That doesn't really sound right either. Well, I'm looking for the White Witch, though. Do you know where she might be?
I don't know the name, but if she's an important prisoner, she'll have been taken to Boreas prison. It wasn't that long ago that I myself determined to break into that tyrant's house of prejudice. It was no simple feat, but worth every careful maneuver.
Well, just so happens that I need to find a way into the prison.
And you expect me to help you, I suppose. Just because I risk life and limb for my people, doesn't mean I'll do the same for yours.
I mean, fair enough. I understand that, honestly, but you also would have still been encased in ice for potentially all eternity if we hadn't helped, so... I cannot rest until I found the White Witch. Surely you understand pursuing a cause with the full pull of your passion. Wait, so technically my intimidation is better than his? What? I ask you for no greater risk than providing a piece of information. I can surely you understand pursuing a cause with the full pull of your passion. I honestly... I do want to go with reason here, because I really just want information. He doesn't need to come with me, though I would appreciate that if I had Earth Elementals on my side, but they don't have to help me. I mean, they're, would be at risk of dying. Oh, wait, I have, okay. Well, this is going to be over quick with 4 against 5. Oh. That looks bad. Okay. Well, that was,
Listen closely, then. There's a tunnel connecting the prison to the world outside. Its entrance is located at the mouth of the Great Golem's head. There are more than a few around here, but there's a trick to locating this one in particular. Look out for the one with a tree sticking out of its right eye.
okay, so we're looking for a big golem's head with a tree sticking out of the right eye. Wait, I need to get into the castle as well.
Unfortunately, I know nothing. If you make it inside and face the arch-oppressor Boreas himself, do give him a solid stomp, courtesy of We of the Earth.
Will do. Thanks for your help.
I'll soon fly to my homeland, away from this frigid wasteland once and for all. Tell me, is there anything else you'd like to know before I go?
Can I ask him something else?
Ask, then, before I flee.
No, I've already asked everything, okay.
I'll soon fly to my homeland.
I've asked all I needed to know.
Then I must depart. I won't waste another moment languishing in an icy cage. Good luck, and farewell, friend.
Good luck to you as well. Bye-bye. Well, that was, off he goes. That was actually a pretty cool interaction, I would say. I do appreciate a lot that I finally sort of had it's been a long time since I think I fought alongside some creature or person.
Well, comrade, you certainly threw your weight around against those yappy hail nuggets. Talking snow. Pfft. I've never heard of a more ridiculous magic trick.
Yappy hail nuggets. That's a cool way of describing evil-looking snowman. Just because these elementals are strange to us doesn't make them any less real than you or I. Anything dependent on cloud cover for survival is better put out of its misery, I say. Well, I kind of agree with Medora. I mean, they're clearly pretty twisted beings, in a way. Wait, do you also kind of agree with the first option here? I mean, they're still real. Just twisted. Ah, well, let's go with number 2. Come now, little tolerance would do us all a lot of good, though it could be kind of fun to figure out what happens when you expose one to heat, couldn't it? Well, we already know what happens if we expose them to heat. I do like tolerance, though, so...
Well, now, I suppose you lot have caught me with my proverbial britches on the floor. I never was one to know what to make of strange kinds of folks. Until now, it served me well to assume they were all some kind of source trick and act accordingly. But the times are a-changin', aren't they, comrade? Old Medora's gotta expand her worldview to include every manner of ridiculous talking ice cream sundae and such like.
Yeah, kinda. I mean... Well, very often I do find it quite difficult to find out, like, are they, if they're just some sort of elementals, they're kind of technically just elemental energy? I mean, I guess they're still sentient beings, right? I don't know, it's difficult. Then again, they also kind of immediately attacked us, right? They could have also just explained the situation and, I don't know, just imprison the prisoner once more and leave us be? Okay, let's see what this Sword of Holy Flame actually is. And I have too much to carry again.
Another piece of trash!
What? Arrow shafts on piece of trash? What the hell are you on about? I guess there wasn't anything else hidden here. I've already looted the chest. Oh right, it updated the log. The captives in the crystals. We found a prisoner in a crystal, and could there be more people imprisoned like this? We freed Oroka and decided to help him. Fought off the wardens, and we convinced Oroka to tell us a way into the prison. Okay, so there might be more of these encounters then. Definitely need to look out for those. We were informed that there is a secret tunnel that leads to the prison cells in King Boreas' fortress complex. The hatch that leads to it is buried in front of a great golem's head, a head with a tree growing out of its right eye. Why doesn't it say right? And I guess there's only one with a tree growing out of it at all. I don't really know if I would like to enter the prison right away, though. I mean, the problem with the secret tunnel like this is I might be able to get, well, I guess we could go into the prison, find her, and try to go back through the tunnel? I mean, yeah, that that kind of makes the most sense, right? Because I was sort of thinking if we're, I don't know, trying to suddenly come out the other side into the castle, we might be you know, facing kind of an overwhelming force that I can't really see, you know, how many there are beforehand. But I do have to say, since I'm overburdened again, I do think that it's actually time for me to go back to Seal and sell a bunch of stuff, craft a little bit, just in general, figure out what I'm doing with all the stuff that I have in my inventory. I had kind of hoped to find another town or another market or something to trade, but I guess that's not going to happen anytime soon. Wood chips, can I send over enough stuff to make me not over-encumbered anymore? Magical armor. Oh, I need to sell these as well. Earth resistance, I can sell that, I can sell this. These are just some basic weapons, right? I'm gonna sell them anyways. Okay. Okay. Send that over to her. Sword of Holy Flame, two-handed. Slashing and fire. +1 constant. Whoa. Wow, what the hell is this? Oh, it's level... Oh, it's level 13. It requires 12 strength? I was gonna say, this sounds kind of insane, and it would probably be really, really helpful in this realm, wouldn't it? Well, that's unfortunate. Huh. +1 constitution, +1 willpower. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, Medora's Eye Sparkle. Mine do too. This is crazy, especially with plus 0.6 movement, plus HP, 20% chance to set burning. But I mean, that's 2 levels away from me. I guess I'm just gonna keep it in my inventory up until then. Let's give it to her, though. Okay, well. That being said, I really do have to... Well, I'm really, really close to this waypoint, so it's easy to just come back here, right? So this is a good point to move back to Seal real quick. Well, I say real quick, it's probably going to take a couple minutes to sort this out, sort through my inventory and everything. As I said though, today's going to be a little bit of a shorter one, so I think I'm gonna do that, you know, as sort of a start for the next time I play. You know, sorting through my inventory and whatnot. Where's the inn? Let's just move to the inn. I always like to save in the inn for some reason. Yeah, the endgame weapons must be pretty crazy. I still wish you could somehow upgrade the unique weapons more, and you know, so that you could actually use them more, because Medora had Brachus Rex's axe, like the two-handed axe that he drops, for what felt like an hour before I found a better weapon. So I really wish that there would be a way to upgrade them. No, I'm actually playing on PS5, not on PC. I guess there might be a mod for that on PC or something. Oh, let's actually heal as well. Medora is still missing some HP. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do the whole inventory management next time though, because this would be the usual time for my lunch break, but today I'm gonna make it a bit of a shorter session. Also, it's getting pretty hot in here, and it's really not that comfortable anymore. I'm already sticking to my chair, to be honest. Well, it's not a native PS5 version, unfortunately. It's still a PlayStation 4 version, but, you know, runs fine on PS5 as well. I guess I think the second game might have gotten a PlayStation 4 Pro upgrade, so that runs at a higher resolution, I think. This game it's the base PS4 version. Okay, let me just double check. Save should be fine. Yeah. Let's go back to the main menu. Oh, I shouldn't have talked about it. Now that I realize how freaking warm it is in here. Also, I can't really turn on my ventilator because that makes way too much noise in the microphone. But yeah. I think that's going to be it for now. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. I had a blast, as always, with this game. It's just too good. There's so much cool stuff in here. And I'm really looking forward to playing it again. Though I do need to figure out... Usually I kind of plan to play a bit more No Man's Sky tomorrow and then come back to Divinity on Tuesday. Though I still want to go back to 14 as well. I need to prepare for the next patch. And I still have some leftover quests that I need to do from 6.15. I might do like maybe I'll do like a split stream on Tuesday. Half the day Divinity, half the day Final Fantasy or something. I'm gonna figure that out. Hopefully I'll update the stream schedule accordingly. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go grab some lunch. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for being here. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one. I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you are. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.